Epilepsy in the classroom. Epilepsy is a medical condition that produces seizures affecting a variety of mental and physical functions. It affects 3 million Americans, and with 60% of cases occurring before young adulthood. As a teacher, you will most likely have already seen or will see at some point a student with epilepsy in your classroom. A seizure is when a brief, strong surge of electrical activity affects part or all of the brain. So what might cause a seizure? Some common triggers can be missing medication, stress, anxiety, worrying, or anger, fluctuating sleep and wake cycles, hormone fluctuation, photosensitivity or external stimulus, or in some kinds of epilepsy, internal mental processes such as math calculations can trigger a seizure.
Epilepsy can influence cognitive functioning by impairing attention, reading and language skills, arithmetic learning, motor skills, memory, behavior, and organizational skills. Epilepsy can also impact socio-emotional functioning in many ways. These include social rejection, a fear of dating, loss of driving capabilities, or anxiety about athletic participation. Fear of having a seizure, fear of embarrassment, and implied self-concept, as some peers may mistake epilepsy as being a contagious condition. Lastly, epilepsy impacts day-to-day functioning. Students with epilepsy must remember medication and become both self-reliant and self-advocates. They need to try to be proactive in many things such as dietary needs, sleep, and organizational habits. Finally, it is important to make wise health decisions because lack of sleep, alcohol abuse, and staying up late can increase the occurrence of seizures.
Here are a few simple steps to follow if a seizure occurs in your classroom. First, keep calm. Reassure the other students that the student will be fine in a minute. Second, ease the student gently to the floor and clear the area around them of anything that could cause injury. Third, put something flat and soft, like a folded jacket, under their head so it will not bang against the floor as their body jerks. Fourth, turn them gently onto their side. This keeps their airway clear and allows any fluid in their mouth to drain harmlessly away. Do not try to force their mouth open. Do not try to hold their tongue. Do not put anything in their mouth. Do not restrain their movements. Fifth, when the jerking movements stop, let the student rest until full consciousness returns.
If consciousness does not return, begin CPR immediately. Here are some things to consider if you have a student with epilepsy in your classroom. Number 1, for memory and organization issues, consider mnemonic devices, color-coded notebooks, and repeating lesson strategies throughout the lesson. 2, make the student feel comfortable in the classroom. If a seizure does occur, make the student comfortable afterwards. Discuss with your student and his or her parents if they would be okay with you discussing the facts of epilepsy in your classroom so that all of your students will feel more knowledgeable, comfortable, and prepared should a seizure occur. 3. Be prepared for seizures in the classroom. Have a designated area for the student to go to. Have written management of medicine times available, and possibly assign classroom helpers to assist during a seizure.
4. Management of different types of seizures. For an absent seizure, Make sure the child did not miss any key parts of the lesson. For a tonic-clonic seizure, first aid protects the child from injury while seizure runs its course. For a partial seizure, if the child is confused or frightened, comfort and reassure. Help reorient the child if they are confused. While this is happening, do not grab, hold, or speak loudly. If the child resists, just make sure he or she is not in any jeopardy. Number 5. Discuss with the students and their parents about having a classmate accompany them to classes, so they aren't walking the stairwells alone should a seizure occur. Number 6. Be willing to change workload. Students with epilepsy will have good and bad days. If they are fatigued or having low energy, provide a lighter, more achievable workload. On good days, allow students to thrive by giving more challenging assignments.